Move this over here. Okay, it tells me I'm live. So this is the test review for Bio 1140, our fourth and final test. And for many of you, this is great because it's going to be online. And please don't post it online. Just look at it while it's online in Canvas. And you can actually spend some time going through your questions to review it and do well on the test. So it'll cover chapters 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to finish up chapter 12 tomorrow. We're going to talk about the how science is attacked. And that's it. And then we're going to be done with the semester. It's amazing. So basically, these reviews, one of the things for chapter 10 is make sure that you absolutely know um, all the different ways that genes are regulated from operons and prokaryotes, know how eukaryotes regulate their genes as well, from pre-transcriptional regulation to post-transcriptional regulation to pre-translational regulation and post-transcriptional regulation, along with epistasis, pleiotropy, and of course, you'll want to know about epigenetics, which is just uh, epigenetics is one of those frontiers of science that we're learning so much about. And how our cells are regulated above the level of genetics is just spectacular. I mean, that's leads to all things like our aging, like epigenetics here. Our cells are becoming less differentiated, get the wrinkles, and that leads to aging, cancer, you name it. It also allows us to grow from a single-celled zygote into an adult. And I've often said in this class that DNA is not a blueprint, because blueprints are set. They're like exactly how you do something. Like this is an example of a blueprint for how those genes work and work throughout our life as well. And so it's not a blueprint because genes are always interacting with the environment. And interestingly, what you in your life can affect your epigenetic, and it can affect your epigenetics, and only can affect your genetics in terms of how your genes are being expressed, how they're being regulated, when are they turned on, when are they turned off, how much product are they making, and when. But the things that happen to you in your life, they can be passed on to your children, grandchildren. So like I said, make sure that you study the epigenetics of the last part of the chapter 10, because I think that is one of the frontiers in science right now. And you need to understand all of that chapters, like mutations, how genes work from DNA replication, and also the genetic code, how it's nearly universal and unambiguous. Because to understand how that genetic code works, that becomes important along with all the other things that we've learned this semester for understanding the role of science in our life and how technology like biotechnology, like GMOs, right, how that can actually help us to solve some of the problems that we have. And a lot of the fear of GMOs, genetically modified organisms, a lack of understanding how genes those genes and change them. And stable here, sorry about that. So like I said, to understand, the how science can help solve some of our problems, like I said, you need to understand all the things that we've talked about all semester long, especially genetics for understanding GMs. And then the last chapter, which is chapter 12 on climate change. You're going, why in the world are we talking about climate change in a biology for health related sciences? And the reason why is because climate change is one of these things that's going to affect almost every single aspect of our lives. All of us will be affected by climate change, from a little bit to maybe, hey, we pay a little bit more for water, or we don't have grass in our yard and we xeriscape, to our food cost a little bit more, to hey, your favorite trail may have just burned up in a wildfire, or your parents are hit by a hurricane that is much stronger because the Gulf is warmer out there. To climate change actually kills people. It kills people because it gets too hot for them. We've had massive uh, uh, heat domes build up like on the West Coast a couple years ago over Oregon. There were 65 people that outright died of heat exhaustion, not to mention all the other ones that died of complications from being too hot. So climate change is going to disrupt almost every aspect of our society and affect all of us from a little bit to a lot. And we need to be prepared. Now, I'm not saying that we're all doom and gloom here and climate change is going to wipe us all out and civilization is going to end. No. I'm not saying that. Humans are pretty good at figuring things out and solving it. What I'm doing is I'm telling you that it's real, explaining how it's real and the consequences of that so we can be prepared for what's coming. That's always important. You can hear my daughters in the background. I don't have a door to this office anymore, so yeah. So that's basically everything that we're talking about. Looks like I'm going to get a visitor here. This is Lily. Hi, Lily. So you're on camera. I'm talking to a whole bunch of students here. So if you've got a question, hit me up in the chat line really quick. If not, I'm going to sign off because I only see a few of you on there listening in. Thank you so much for joining in. And if you like what I'm doing, give me the thumbs up, man. All this affirmation stuff. I love it. It makes you feel good, like you're helping out here. But if you've got a question, feel free to hit me up here in the chat, and I can answer them. I am working on getting your test done. Apparently, it won't. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Apparently, I can't get test 4 to upload right now, and I found out that all the teachers complain about Canvas. So I told my wife tonight I'm not complaining about Canvas anymore to you guys. But I'm going to have to write the test from scratch tonight, so it's ready for you tomorrow. So all you guys that showed up and ladies that thumbs up, thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Are you able to respond to me? No questions? Oh, yeah. Is there going to be a time limit on the test? No, I'm not. You guys, with this last test, I seriously want you to sit down with the test, with the book, and spend time looking up the answers. You may even have to go to the Wikipedia, right, to answer those questions. And if you go to the Wikipedia, that's a fantastic website. A lot of the .edu websites like Berkeley, Caltech, those are also good websites as well. Princeton, Harvard, things like that. My notes are good. Khan Academy is another place for learning some of the gene expression. Genetic Literacy Project. Those are all good references for you guys, or resources for you guys to use to answer the questions. So no time limit. Take your time, and just I kind of want you to really learn this material and not be stressed about it, because I feel like the last 2 chapters are super important. Okay. Anybody else have another question here? Yeah, you won't be able to go back on the questions. So once you answer a question, no going back. I'm so sorry I have to do that. I appreciate you guys understanding. The reason why is because my tests end up on, they end up getting posted and people just Google the answers, and then I end up having to change every single question, Google it to make sure it's not available. So I do that to limit, the test getting posted online. Thanks for understanding on that. But there won't be a time limit on the test. Hi, Willow. This is Willow coming in to say hi here. Like I said, I don't have a door. The door, the handle on it broke, and there were no screws to take the handle off. So I'm having to build a door in the next week or 2 for the office. Actually, I'll be out in my big office soon. Oh, yeah. Okay, any other questions? Yeah. Oh, the test will open up sometime tomorrow. It'll be available at least some point tomorrow. Like I said, if you're coming in late, it won't. It's not transferring from my previous classes, so I'm going to have to manually enter the entire test. So it's going to take me a couple hours to do that, because I have to do it one question at a time with every. Yeah, I just can't upload it. It's not taking it. So sometime tomorrow. and it'll be open and available until Wednesday night. Okay, any other questions? Oh, buddy, come here. He got pinned behind the wall there. Any other questions? All right. Hey, well, thanks for joining in. I'll post this on Learn, the link to it. Oh, 10, 11, and 12 are the chapters that it will be on. So the classes, it's divided up, 12 chapters, 4 tests, 3 tests a chapter, trying to keep it easy for us. Yeah, and if you remember, if you come to class, I don't give finals covering the entire class. I mean, science builds on itself, which is enough, but we don't have a final during finals week. This is our last and final test of the semester. It also cannot be dropped, but the lowest grade from tests 1 through 3 can be dropped. Okay, any other questions here? We're all good? All right. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys and ladies in class tomorrow. Looking forward to it. We're going to kind of recap the entire semester, finish up chapter 12, and if you've got some questions that pop up tonight while you're reviewing the material, then I'll go over it in class too. Hunter, you're welcome. Yeah, anytime. I love doing these chats with you online. They're so much fun for me. All right. Well, y'all have a good evening, and I will see you in class tomorrow.